And welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast. This video was brought to you courtesy of Aaron. He helped me out today. I had to work late. Then we went to the Globetrotters, so he hooked me up with this video to show you the water. And Jack's Beach, just north of the pier. Absolutely gorgeous water, guys. East winds, light green, sandy green, perfect conditions. We'll talk about what's being caught as well. Also, plenty of bait in the surf for just about anything you want to target right now. So now is a good time to surf fish. We're almost to August, and it won't be long before the surf is just filled with fish everywhere. Looking forward to it. We'll talk about that coming up. So guys, what we're talking about right now, there's mullet in the surf, small and big. They're not in huge numbers yet, but they are there. The fish are following them. There's been speckled trout, redfish, some flounder, ladyfish, Spanish, bluefish, kingfish, and tarpon all up and down the beach the last few days. Had a few reports of people seeing kingfish skyrocket in Ponte Vedra. When we talk about skyrocket, that means they're jumping out of the water through the bait. Tons of sand fleas. One of the better years within the last 5 years, I would say, that I've seen with the number of sand fleas, which is great. And we'll see what happens. They're about to start beach renourishment in Ponte Vedra. Not really sure how far up north they'll go with that into Ponte Vedra, but definitely in the Volano area, from what I was told. There's always a lot of erosion around that inlet. So we'll see what happens. But plenty of sand fleas, plenty of mullet. Fish are dialed in on the mullet if you can get them. That is the speckled trout and reds and such. The redfish will also eat a sand flea just as fast. In fact, when the pier was open and just surf fishing, when the mullet run is full go, I catch more reds on the sand fleas. And I guess the theory I have is that they're full of mullet, and that sand flea is much easier to get in their belly than a 5 or 6 inch mullet that they'll have to hold into their mouth for a while because they have no more room left in their stomach. Because during the fall, especially, late August, early September, as we get into those months, I'll catch reds on sand fleas, and when I clean them, they'll have 3 or 4 mullet in their belly, and their stomach looks like it's ready to explode. So that's what I believe personally, but I've also caught them throughout the year, March, April, May, and when you clean them, they're full of shell and sand fleas. So we know they eat them, especially black drum, redfish, sheephead, whiting, pompano. Many a times, I don't know if you do it, but I always do it when I clean them. Don't check every fish's stomach, but check 2 or 3 of them and you'll see exactly what they're eating. Their stomach contents don't lie. That's a good way to target the fish and catch more. If catching a speckled trout, if they're full of mullet, you catch them on a live shrimp, but they're all full of mullet, probably try mullet because they're really focused in on that, or top water or a spoon or something, anything that flashes and gives that mullet appearance. But the next few days, actually, compared to last weekend where we had dirty water, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week look a little bit better. We got a little low pressure system that's supposed to come off the coast and sort of sit off the Northeast Florida coast. They're not expecting it to develop or anything, from 20% I saw. But the winds starting on Friday, west in the morning, switching over to the northeast to east, 10 to 20, which is good. The water should stay pretty clean. Same for Saturday, northeast to east, 10 to 20. And on Sunday, east, and then possibly switching over to the southeast, but 10 to 12. Now, Saturday, the surf will be up a little bit. I think I saw 3 to 4 foot surf. Here comes my dog to make an appearance. He was sound asleep, but now he knows he's on video now, making the tippy toe sound. But the water looks good, guys, and it should stay pretty clean the next few days. There's really no forecasted straight south winds, which is excellent news. Water temperatures from Flagler up to Fernandina, pretty much still holding in that 82 to 83 range. Me personally, I wouldn't mind if it stayed around 83 until it starts to cool off. We don't need it to get any higher. Flagler area, they're catching quite a few kings off the pier. So if you live down that area and you want to catch a king, Flagler's the place to go. Daytona, I'm still getting reports of sharks everywhere. The sharks must be watching National Geographic and Discovery to know it's Shark Week, whatever. They're everywhere right now. Jack's Beach area, like I said, there's speckled trout, redfish, scattered black drum, some Spanish mackerel, bluefish. Quite a few whiting, but a lot of the whiting guys are 6 to 7 inches, but there are an occasional 15, 16-inch whiting. And surprisingly, the last few days, there's been a handful of pompano caught, so there are still pompano. In fact, Larry Fishman Finch, he put up a video on his Facebook. I believe it was either Tuesday or Wednesday night. He was fishing just south of Jacksonville and had a nice cooler full of big whiting and big pompano, all caught on live sand fleas and fresh clam. So the fish are there. If you want to go in the river, like I told you on Tuesday, the mangrove snapper are on fire right now. A couple of my buddies have been going. It has not been an issue to limit out. And some good quality fish, 12 to 15 inches, which is nice for a mangrove. And some snook mixed into that mix too. They seem to be hanging around the same areas the mangroves are hitting, which is structure and moving water. If you find those two, you're gonna find some mangroves more than likely, and maybe a bonus snook, which are fun. And just remember, don't put your fingers in their gill plate, because you may end up with stitches. But that's all I got, pretty much. We went over the water temperature, what's biting. One good thing, I talked to one of the shrimpers that supplies all the bait stores here in Northeast Florida. We talked about the shrimp last week. It was extremely hard to get the shrimp because of all the water that Elsa dropped in just the afternoon rains. He said the last few days have really gotten better. They're getting a lot of shrimp. He said they've come back out. He said they bury down when we get a lot of fresh water. That's his theory. But he said yesterday and today were great days for getting shrimp. So that goes for the shrimpers too. If you got a good spot where you normally catch shrimp, now's the time to try it. Gotta tell you, if you can catch your own shrimp, it's hard to beat those guys. The trout, reds, and flounder will absolutely eat them up. But we get throughout the year West Coast shrimp. They bring them over here and they will work. But if you can catch the local shrimp, it's 10 times better in my opinion. And if you catch them small ones, freeze them up. Freeze them up in half-pound bags, because in the fall when the whiting are thick on the beach, they absolutely love our local river shrimp. Call them the gray shrimp. So hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Go fish. Leave some reports. Let us know what you're catching. And as soon as me and Chip get together, we'll get a date for the next seminar for you at a special location. It'll be a lot of fun. Hope you can attend. As soon as we have the date set up and the time, it'll be on this YouTube page. It'll be on our Facebook page, Broken Reel 23. Just type that in. We're almost at 3,000 members on the Facebook group and on this YouTube page. Only a few more guys to go. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get up to 3,000. We got some stuff we're gonna give away once we get to 3,000, so it'll be pretty cool. Give some goodie bags to a few lucky subscribers. So with that being said, have a great weekend, tight lines, and stay safe.